Hello viewers, welcome to Kimboy TV Live tonight. I am your host, Wangari Kimboy. We have been unfolding a story about the late Judas Iscariot, who was an accountant and a treasurer at the Fishermen Association of Kenya. Judas Iscariot was reported missing on Thursday evening 6 p.m. after he left the Last Supper, and he was found dead the following morning. He had committed suicide by hanging himself on a tree, and he had done this because he was remorseful about handing over Jesus to the Pharisees for 3 million shillings. He could not live with the guilt, and therefore he decided to kill himself. We continue to condole with the family. Tonight we are joined by our special guest, a special colleague and friend who worked with the late Judas Iscariot for the last 3 years. He is here to tell us more about the kind of man that Judas was. Please join us tonight as we host the one and the only Peter, who was a disciple of Jesus. Thank you.
My name is Peter Cephas, or you can call me The Rock, and that's how they call me around here. Yeah. I'm a fisherman by profession. My brother Andrew and I work together. Our dad was a fisherman, and that's what we do here. How we met Judas Iscariot? Judas, we were together. We were part of a group. We were part of a discipleship group by Jesus of Nazareth. Yeah. We were sort of an apprentice of sorts, learning the ways of Jesus and all that. You know, Jesus told us that he would make us fishers of men, turn us from fishermen. Still waiting to see how that will work out, but yeah. Oh, Jesus, wow. How can I even describe Jesus? What an encounter. He was a great man. He stood out, and yet he was still ordinary, weirdly so. He had a lot of power. I mean, you know, no day would be the same. One day he was, you know, making the blind see, and the other day, is, you know, it's the deaf and the lame. The next day he's multiplying, you know, wine and food, and it just he had power that it hadn't been seen in our village. Yeah. He was a great leader. He completely challenged our points of view. He really made friends and enemies in equal measure, if I can say that. He also claimed to be God himself, God incarnate, and that brought him a lot of trouble. In fact, it's the reason why we find ourselves where we do now. It was unfortunate that that led to his crucifixion. And sorry about that. It's just crucifixion is just one of the most painful ways to die, and to imagine that such a wonderful person would die like that is hard. And then now, you know, Judas hangs himself. It's really difficult to have lost both Jesus and Judas in one weekend. It's not easy. And you know, also the other disciples have dispersed, and we can't meet yet physically. We just chat online, and it's not easy. Yeah. What I'd say about Judas, wow, Judas was he was a great accountant for sure. He was a great accountant. He was very good with money. In fact, he was the treasurer of Fishermen Association, so he was well trusted with money, quite trustworthy. Many people trusted him, and so he he was great with money. Yeah, that's for sure. That's how I'd say. What I'd say to Judas right now: you shouldn't have taken your life, bro. You really shouldn't have. You know, for the kind of person that Jesus was, he would have forgiven you. I really believe that. In fact, I also let Jesus down badly. I denied him in front of people. I actually completely say I have nothing to do with him. I never knew him, more than once. So I also beat myself sometimes. I feel bad about that. It weighs me down sometimes to imagine that he was so good to us. He actually gave us a purpose. He gave us something bigger to live for. But I believe that for the kind of person he was, he has forgiven us. That's what he preached. I mean, parting shot. One, of course, is sincere condolences to Judas's wife and children. It must be horrible to imagine where they are right now. Really, really, really sorry. And also to the disciples, to my fellow disciples, and anyone else who believed in Jesus. Hold on to his teaching. Just hold on to his words. For the kind of Jesus we saw, I believe he will rise again. I believe it's going to be an extraordinary weekend. He will rise again. Yeah. Right now we are terrified, we are discouraged, and it's not easy for every one of us. But let's just hold on. I believe he will rise again for sure. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been lonely. Thank you for having me. Just having a chance to just really share. It's good. Thank you.